Welcome to Arrow Game Day. Tonight we have a heavyweight matchup between the Watertown Arrows and O'Gorman Knights. Should be an exciting matchup.
Yeah. First things first, both teams, I don't think height's a problem. I look at the Knights, I look at the Arrows, and I see a lot of 6 foot something. That's definitely something that's going to build on through the game. I think, really, if there's going to be a team that wins tonight, it's going to be in the fourth quarter, for sure.
Yeah. And I think winning in the fourth quarter, you got to make your free throws. So that's going to have the game on the line at the end of the game. And
I know early on against Brandon, the Arrows' free throws were definitely not their strong suit.
I agree. Yeah.
Definitely something we could build off of, and I know McClemens. I know he'll get the guys straight for sure.
So we can start with the starters for the Watertown Arrows. Number 2, Carter Bisker. Number 5, Jack Mack. Number 11, Caden Decker. Number 13, Jackson McClemens. And number 20, Isaac Rehorst.
Yeah, all those guys. I was talking to them earlier, ready to play basketball. I mean, Sioux Falls teams.
It's just another team.
Yeah, as a small school, I know going on beating Sioux Falls teams is something that we take pride in, and we can always it builds up like to go to the next level almost and get some momentum forward and start trotting through the season.
Every coach in all of the sports that I've played, I used to play basketball. Every coach wanted to beat, especially O'Gorman, any Sioux Falls school really.
Yeah.
And what I think we have as an advantage in this matchup is our defense has been incredible this year. We held Mitchell to not many points, and we held Brandon to 52 points. So that has been a focal point of this team, and I've been impressed in that standpoint.
Yeah. Really, I think we got players, Arrows-wise. Every dude that at least I talk to, they're ready to play basketball tonight and just, yeah.
I will say, with this matchup being a 6 versus 12 seed, it's a lot bigger game than we think it will be, because doing the math, I'm pretty sure if we win this game and all the seeded games win, the Arrows will be the number 2 seed after this game.
And like I said, that just builds momentum and just keeps trotting through the season.
Yeah, that keeps confidence too. I mean, you want that. You want confidence, obviously.
It's something you need, for sure.
Definitely.
Now to talk about O'Gorman's best player. He's committed to the School of Mines Division II. Max Clark. He's been, all I can say, he's been very good this year. He's very physical, great defender, runs the floor, can shoot the ball, can score the ball. He'll be a problem for the Arrows tonight, but, every team's got good players, just how you defend them.
I think we put Caden Decker on him. Yeah. I think he could put some lockdown defense on him.
Yeah, Deck's definitely a guy that you want on him.
Him, and then when he has to come out, I think we put Dane Stark. I think Dane Stark is a good defender.
He's got some long arms.
Yeah, he does. Even Carter Bisker, they can put him on him too.
The bench was definitely something I was worried about coming into the season, but guys are stepping up. We have sophomore Mason Anderson. I mean, against Mitchell.
He did work in the paint.
Came in the fourth quarter.
He was working against Colton Smith as a sophomore, and I mean, Mason Anderson is not a little kid.
Colton Smith is
big. He's
big.
I will say, I think we need to feed off our energy in the crowd and off the bench.
Yeah.
We play a lot better when that happens.
Student section's
key right now.
Yep. Yeah. Getting rowdy, getting the boys straight, and just going and playing basketball.
Looking down at it, we got a pretty good section right now.
Yeah.
I'm liking it right now.
Yeah.
You got anything to add?
No.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And now it's Arrow time!
Good evening and welcome to the Watertown Civic Arena for tonight's home basketball game between the O'Gorman Knights and your Watertown Arrows. My name is Sam Mooney, and right now I am solo mission as the talented and handsome Brian Norberg is off doing his thing, refereeing freshman basketball. So I'm going to go solo a little bit and try to carry the load until Norberg gets here. The Arrows are coming off of a big road win to improve their record to 5-1. Never want to look ahead, but we're going to do it because we can do it here and the players can't. But all goes well tonight. We get a win tonight, and everything happens the way that we expect it to. Arrows very well could be the number 2, number 3 team in the state after tonight. So coming off of a big road win on Tuesday night and coming home against a very talented O'Gorman team, this is about as big of a game as the Arrows have had here in early January in a long time. 5-1, coming off the big win on Tuesday night. Carter Bisker has been leading the team for the last several games actually, and Bisker leads the team in points per game, averaging just about 16 points per game right here, and we'll see some highlights here from Bisker. And a lot of what you see from Carter Bisker is you see in these highlights here, he is able to hit a 3 at a consistent basis, but probably my favorite part of his game is his ability to attack the basket. And on top of that, he's an emotional leader for the Arrows, averaging 16 points per game. He contributes with 4 rebounds a game. And then assists-wise, he's given about 4 assists a game too. So 3.2 assists a game for Carter Bisker. So Carter Bisker has been a big anchor of the team this year. A multiple winner, the Dakota Land Federal Credit Union MVP of the game. So we'll look to see Carter continue that hot streak tonight. We've seen Jackson McClemens kind of pop off here the last several games too. He's added a little wrinkle to his game. The 3-point shot wasn't really falling for him, so he's stepping in a couple feet. He's hitting that 15, 20-footer really well, really consistently. He did that on Tuesday night multiple times and had a good game there. Jackson's averaging just over 11 points a game. He's contributing just about 3 rebounds a game as well. So big time player for the Arrows, 2.5 assists. So look to see Jackson continue to do good things. And then of course I would be remiss to not talk about Jack Mack. Jack has been real instrumental this year as a full-time starter. You see some highlights here from Jack. He's averaging just north of 12 points a game. Jack stands in at 6'6", forward junior. You see it there on the highlights. He can go inside, he can go outside. Jack is averaging 6 rebounds a game and leading the team in rebounds. So pretty important role for Jack. And then of course we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Isaac Rehorst and what Rehorst has done. Rehorst has really taken over on the inside, 6'7" junior forward with the little bunnies there, can get up and hammer things down. Isaac's averaging 8 points a game, chipping in 4.8 rebounds a game, and excuse me, really instrumental in what the Arrows have been doing. And speaking of instrumental in what the Arrows have been doing, fashionably late as always is the handsome and talented Brian Norberg. Welcome, Brian.
Hey, what did I miss?
Well, you missed a couple technical fouls, missed an ejection.
Oh, okay.
Sophomore game got a little heated.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I was over ref in the 9th grade game then.
If the sophomore game is any indication whatsoever of what the varsity game is going to be like, we are in for a fun game tonight.
Well, I fully expect a very good basketball game tonight. Good to see you, Sam. It's been a while.
Likewise. Good to have you back.
Good to be back.
I'll get you caught up on what I was talking to myself. I was just talking about the Arrows coming off a big road win on Tuesday.
Absolutely. Big win on the road. Anytime you go down to Brandon Valley, you got to feel really good about coming out of there with Coach Nelson at the helm. That's definitely a good win. So, yeah, that's an awesome. For sure, awesome.
So can we get a camera here? Can we get a camera on this?
Oh, nice.
Let's get a camera on this.
Who's this guy? This is great. You want me to sign it?
Yeah, he does. Look at this.
I haven't signed anything in 30 years.
Now, see, look at the handsome and talented Brian Norberg up here signing autographs.
Look at the young Brian Norberg.
And he's got Brian Norberg circa 1992 on his shirt, and Norberg's just up here signing autographs. Jeez.
This is my favorite guy.
Oh, he's got another
awesome.
one. 2 of them.
Where do we get these guys?
Wow.
Is this a practical joke on me?
This is just legend.
That's awesome.
Making.
All right, here you go, buddy. Take your Sharpie.
How about that?
Boy, totally unexpected.
Wow. Will you sign this for me before you go?
I just devalued those shirts, but I want to find out who's screen printing me from 1994, 95. That's great.
Man.
That's my senior pick. Someone got a hold of my senior pick.
Looking good. You haven't aged a bit.
Boy.
You're like a fine wine, Norberg.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, let's see if we can circle back to a little bit of basketball here. So let's talk about guys that we can talk about for O'Gorman tonight. What do we know about Mason Clark?
Yeah, you know, in our media session this week with Coach McClemmons, he filled me in a little bit, but I know that kid's got a lot of ability to do a lot of different things on the court. And we got some clips going right now in typical Aero TV fashion, but he's going to take it to the hoop. He's going to shoot it from three. He's pretty kind of a three-level type guy. Definitely going to be a kid that we're going to have to keep an eye on tonight on the defensive end, and he can do a little bit of everything, I think, at the guard spot. And they're a guard-heavy team, right?
Yeah.
They're a guard-heavy team, and I say that in a good way. It's probably a little bit different than what we've seen in the past with the Sioux Falls O'Gormans team that Coach Roby has had over the years, where you've had traditionally a very big physical team, very skilled. I think they're very skilled once again, but they're probably playing more of a five-out type offense, which is different for O'Gorman compared to the past. So really tough cover offensively, and they're going to be very quick, scrappy, do a lot of things out on the perimeter against us.
The other guy that's going to be joining Mason Clark that might be filling up the stat sheet for them is Jackson Wheeldryer. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, Jackson, another senior, right? Another senior that, you look at the roster, they got a lot of seniors, which is very typical for O'Gorman. Maybe any team that over the years just always senior heavy, but if you look at the clips and look at that jumper, it's got a nice spring on the jumper, really smooth from the three, and I think you're going to have to guard him on the three-point line more than anything, but definitely a kid that you just can't leave. Definitely, we call a red light guy back in the day, green light, I forget which color, but that meant don't leave him.
Sure. So coming off of Tuesday's win, we talked about it and how big it was. One thing that I talked to Coach McClemmons about was how well they shot in the first half. Put up a lot of threes, made a lot of threes. I asked about defensive adjustments, if he made any, and he said that they were just hitting threes. He thought that they played defense well. What does Watertown have to do defensively better tonight than they didn't do on Tuesday to win this game? In
talking with Coach McClemmons, what I mentioned to him, which is worth the advice they paid for, but it is the fact that we won a game with kind of all facets having to be pretty consistent. And I guess what I mean by that, yes, they shot it well in the first half. I think overall we rebounded well. We were just as physical as them. We didn't go through the spurts. We joked around the last game, the spurt ability. I thought it was more a level of a win. And if, like I was saying to start, if you go down to Brandon Valley and get a win down there, you had to be physical.
Yeah.
Right. And I thought they were. And I think one of the things Coach has done a good job of is that we're not just going to come out and play man-to-man. And I think we have a little different things to throw at people because of the length that Watertown has. I think you can do some things in the half court defensively, full court defensively, three-quarter court. So I think now going in to play Watertown, you're going to have to be ready for a few different looks on the defensive end. I think that really helped them in that game just to get the offense on their heels a little bit. And I think it's going to be a benefit to Watertown.
Yeah, McClemmons said that he felt like the man-to-man needed a little bit of improvement, but I mean that's of course probably some coach speak, right? But I mean I thought the man-to-man was okay, right?
Yeah. No, I mean they're doing a great job. I think evolving, and I think anytime you start the season, high school season, you have 2 weeks, and then bam, you're playing a game, and you get in a rhythm a little bit, get a few games, and then you got Christmas break, and usually over Christmas break is where you have some time to work on it. And the defense and offensive end. And I think it maybe showed coming out of Christmas break. Of course, they went out west and then going down to Brandon Valley. So they got a little bit of momentum there, but I think you're seeing the team evolve. And I think the first 2 to 3 games we saw in stretches were pretty good on the offensive end. In stretches, that led to better defense when we were good offensively. But boy, then we'd get some lulls on both ends too. And I think we're just trying to, Coach is trying to even that out a little bit.
How does coming in 5-1, like we're in the middle of January, you're 5-1. What does that do for a confidence level coming into a game like this? I mean, big game in early January, is that possible?
They're all big. You just don't have enough games to say that any of them aren't big. But do you want coach speak or do you want reality?
reality. Let's go reality.
I think 5-1 is a number, and I think if the kids are looking at 5-1 and saying, hey, we're 5-1, that's a bad thing, right? And really, who cares?
Sure.
And I think Coach McClemens has really drove that home with the fellas this week after a big road win. As a coach, Sam, usually if you see that, hey, we got a decent record here in January, well, it's early January, there's a ton of season left, and what we need to do is get better. And tonight, if we're not better, then O'Gorman's going to come here and get a win. So he knows that. The kids hopefully know that. And so it's I think confidence-wise, though, yeah, I think anytime you get a couple wins on the road out west, come back and then get a big road win 2 days later, you're going to have some confidence. So taking that confidence and continuing to improve is the key here. Well,
strap in, ladies and gentlemen, because if, like I said, if the sophomore game is any indication of what the varsity game is going to be like, we are in for a treat.
Absolutely. 9th grade A game, overtime.
Okay.
Battle.
Nice.
So there's battles all over the place here.
High caliber basketball here tonight in South Dakota.
Absolutely. Yeah. Decent crowd on hand here on a Friday night. Right?
Yeah, I like the students look good. Student section looks good. There's a lot of.
Did we get? I walked into Old Country Road. Is what they said. The band. The band plays Country Road. Did you notice? No one seems to be excited about it like I am, but the whole arena could have been singing to that deal.
I know that's your jam.
It is. It's top 5.
I know that is your
top
jam.
5.
We're gonna we got Ryan Neal doing the PA tonight, and he's always a big hype guy. We're gonna release a new hype video tonight, and I'm gonna turn it over to the legendary Ryan Neal, and then we'll do the greatest song ever composed. We'll do the starters, a very, very awesome hype video, and then we'll be back for tip-off.
Officials for tonight's contest are assigned by the Eastern South Dakota Conference are Jerry Beers, Jim Ricketts Jr., and Jeff Schroeder. Positive treatment of these officials will be expected at all times. Failure to do so could result in removal from this event. Athletic training services and care of our athletes provided by Prairie Lake Sports Medicine through certified athletic trainer Faith Hewlett. Arrow Care, close to home. At this time, we ask you to please stand and join us in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem. Tonight's national anthem will be performed by the Watertown High School Pep Band under the direction of Austin Porta. Please show the proper respect to the flag by removing your cap or hat. Stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. Veterans and active duty personnel not in uniform may salute the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
tell you.
How about that?
Had you seen that? Did you get a sneak peek?
I did.
I tell you what.
Right?
That was phenomenal.
Easy 10 out of 10.
I'm not even about hype videos at all, and I loved it.
Oh, man.
Did Ryan put that together?
Ryan Remmers put that
Let's
together.
give a shout out to Ryan Remmers where credit is due. That was awesome.
Absolutely incredible.
There would be a lot of colleges wanting that type of hype video and intro. Nailed it.
And
Great job, Ryan. That was really good.
Okay, so Ryan killed that, crushed it. Easy 10 out of 10. But how about the students getting behind it?
Yeah.
Screaming, hyping it up like
Some
that
noise
was
going on. I love it.
Yes.
Good for those guys up front.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. And they're off to a banger of a start now.
Hopefully
the fans
we play to
are.
the level of our hype video because that was phenomenal. Well done.
Best in the state.
Man to man.
Wow. All right. On to basketball, huh? Wow. All right, what do we got to do differently rebounding? Norbert,
well, it's interesting looking at the season stats there. It's the first time we had taken a look at those, and pretty even overall on the boards, pretty even on defensive field goal percentage overall. Tonight, I think, we have a little bit of a size advantage, but doesn't mean a lot unless you're the team that's more aggressive to the ball. So Carter with a good look early there that didn't go, but able to get the ball back here. So against the man-to-man, see if Watertown can attack the hoop a little bit, get around the basket some.
Bang, and that's what Jackson McClemens was doing all night on Tuesday, that little 12, 15-footer.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, especially early in that game. His hard dribble right pull-up is really tough to stop. He gets going on that. That's his comfort zone.
Yeah, really good right there. I was talking to Coach McClemens about it before the game, and he said just that those couple steps made the world of difference for him, and they're falling for him. Tough shot there. Good rebound by Jack Mack. Oh, I think we had an opportunity there for Isaac down underneath. Oh, what's that? Travel on.
Little shuffle.
Yep.
Little shuffle of the feet there.
Just about just over a minute gone here. Arrows holding to a 2-0 lead. Wide. Oh, you're going to give him a travel. Good call. That's going to be on a player we spotlighted, Wheel Dryer.
Yeah, Wheel Dryer. It's kind of interesting. You see a lot of the hop. It's interesting nowadays. I just think the footwork's a little bit different with a lot of the shooters, but you get that hop, and sometimes they get the catch and then the hop after it, and it ends up being travel.
That full court man-to-man, Brian, without doing any kind of trapping, is that just kind of designed to pressure the guard and maybe take a little out of him?
Yeah, I don't think you're doing it to get turnovers every time by any means, but just wear them down, make them work, right? Don't let them get comfortable, get them out of the rhythm a little bit, and can easily do that with a little full court pressure.
Does that exert a lot of energy out of the guy that's guarding him?
Yeah, both ways. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think coach is able to go, 3 or 4 deep, and so we're able to pick up at times, and he'll probably pick his spots to do that. Not going to do 32 minutes of it, but we have some guys that you have to probably do it intermittently to keep them fresh.
Physical game here already. A couple shoulders running through some screens and everything. Everything's clean, but physical, which is good.
I think early Arrow's doing a good job of forcing some tough ones.
Like I said, physical. Caden Decker just knifing down the lane and draws the charge. Can't get the basket.
Yeah, I think old Deck heard the word physical and got excited there. Went to the hoop. He does not shy away, but probably a pretty good call by old Jim Ricketts out there. He's been doing it for a lot of years. I think probably the call was he's too far underneath the hoop, and so we got the benefit.
I feel like Caden, as he makes his first free throw there, was really missed in that T game, the only loss in the season.
Agreed, absolutely. Good to have him back, and we not only want Caden back, but have him back healthy. I think he's been banged up a lot of his basketball career, probably a football career as well, and always has fought through it and has done a great job. For him, I would love for him to be able to play, as healthy as possible his senior year here. Doing a good job for him.
Yeah, great, and knocks down 2 free throws right away. Which is big. Free throws have been tough for the Arrows. Hey, I think it came back on him. Yep, good call. Heck of an effort there by Jack Mack as he throws it off the back of the defender, but it took a fortuitous bounce.
Fortuitous. These big words for our viewers, Sam. Careful.
Like like that.
Good hustle by Jack, kind of a bad break there.
Yeah, it was a great play. Great play. O'Gorman being pretty patient here. Swinging it around well, looking for that open shot. Good defense here by the Arrows. Need a rebound here, and there we go. Carter Bisker pulls it down.
Yeah, good defense possession there by the Arrows. I think if Watertown can keep them out of the paint with a penetration and force contested jumpers.
There's one.
You know, forcing contested jumpers and doing a good job on the closeouts. I think that's going to be your challenge with O'Gorman, keeping them in front of you. I think if we can keep them in front of us all night, that's benefit to the Arrows. Going to make it a little tougher for O'Gorman. They have good guards. I mean, it's really early.
Yeah.
First few possessions, they did a nice job of keeping them in front.
They're going to play 8 or 9 deep, too, so I mean, they're going to be pretty fresh throughout the game. Does a good job of rotating in and out, and pretty deep, fairly deep.
Yeah, 42, Alex Christian checking in the game, 6'4", junior. Probably one of the bigger players they're going to put on the floor tonight. Just been a long time where O'Gorman hasn't had a 6'6", 6'7", 6'8 guy, or multiple.
Nice to see the Arrows starting off 3 or 4 from the free throw line. Struggling on that a little bit earlier in the year. Start 75%, we'll take that.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, 42% from the field overall. They got the hold in the trap. I thought maybe we'd get a pick, get a moving screen there.
I didn't see who was the foul on.
Looks like it's on Ashton.
Rabine, okay. Rabine and Stark checking in for the Arrows.
I think Dane Stark's someone to keep an eye on as he continues to progress. I think he was sick early, had some things early, but he really has the potential to really help.
Yeah, good job by Jack Mack getting physical there. Great job by Jackson McClemens closing out, staying away from the shooter, not drawing the foul. Jack getting really physical underneath Brian.
Yeah, Arrow's active on the boards here tonight early. Active on the glass, that's twice. Jack's been all over it, nice to see.
3 fouls early by the O'Gorman Knights here too. 3 fouls in 3 minutes. Getting used to the 5 fouls and the
finally. Well, yeah, I have to remind myself every time I ref a basketball game. But yeah, I was just talking to the freshman coach over there from O'Gorman too, just asking, do you like it or dislike it? 2 years into it, or 3 years? I think we're 2 years into it. And the jury's out, I think, for those, you know, it takes away some strategy at the end of the game that I think used to be there. But I like it, other than I think we get to the end of the game and I still kind of like the bonus situations that are no longer a part of the game.
Yeah, it makes Bisker's going to go up for his first 3 and just draws the back of the iron. Whew, fortunate there. Great pass underneath the Bisker, and he's not able to finish, but a heck of a pass by McClemens.
Yeah, really good job there by Hustle, and then a great look to Jackson, or to Bisker there. A couple good looks early that Carter hasn't been able to get to go. I know down at Brandon Valley, they really did a good job on Carter, and he did a nice job being patient and being an overall player and not forcing things. So some good looks early for Carter. He's got to stick with it.
Braylon Yellowbird gets the Knights on the board for the first time. 5-2, about at the midway point of the first quarter. Good passing going on here by the Arrows too.
Yeah, we're better like most teams when the ball's moving. Sometimes it sticks a little bit. We got to keep the ball moving and then attack.
Stark trying to find Bisker there on the baseline. Can't get him. Rehorst and Caden Decker checking back in.
Both teams playing man-to-man will be interesting. Coach will look to probably, I'm assuming, probably go to some zone at some point. It's been pretty good so far, but to this point, man-to-man's been pretty good, I think, on both sides. Both teams struggling a bit to score. Open look by Jackson.
Jackson at the top of the key. Caden Decker with a great offensive rebound.
So I think right now, if you're Coach Roby, you're frustrated because it seems like a lot of the loose balls have gone the Arrow way. And he's probably a little frustrated on that side of things in the rebounding. Good board there by Sissy.
Yeah, that was a hard, aggressive rebound up amongst 2-3 guys.
Can we confirm it's Sissy and not Slice? Or I don't want to be calling the poor guy the wrong name.
We can go with Camden.
We can go with that.
Or we can go with 4.
That guy.
That guy.
We'll go with
4.
We'll go with Sissy.
Okay,
Slice. Sissy. Yeah. We get some feedback there.
What's What are the refs holding on here for?
I think Coach and Jeff Schrader are having a pleasant conversation. I actually do not know what the holdup was there.
Because that's the second time now.
Yeah, I don't know.
On this side of the basket. And it, okay, we are back. Hopefully we got our technical difficulties squared away. I got a couple messages saying that we were a little jumpy. How about that intro, Brian?
It was really good.
Not terrible.
Okay. Yeah.
Resetting the floor here for the Arrows. Looks like starters on the floor. Ooh, fortunate there.
Yeah. Yeah, good job by O'Gorman tonight. Their defense, they're definitely going to get in you. Their quickness causes some trouble. It's bothering us a little bit. If you put the ball on top of your head, you're going to get pressured tonight.
Yellow board, Camden, Chance Hermanson. 24 is Wheel Dryer, and then 42 is Alex Christian.
Yeah, I think Christian's the one in there that's not one of the original starters.
Arrows really stifling defense here underneath. Like, I feel like they're playing really well tonight. You like that one?
Yeah, a little, in the words of Bill Raftery, a little nickel and dimer there. A little nickel and dimer, but yeah, I think, you know, if you look at the totals on both sides, we have some pretty balanced scoring. Definitely on the Gorman side and Watertown side, some balanced scoring. But yeah, overall, it's just interesting to me to watch O'Gorman and see their difference in what they're doing offensively than in the past. But just utilizing their quickness, they want to put the ball on the floor. We got to keep them in front.
Decker on the sideline, a little frustrated with that foul.
Be two on deck. Gonna have to take a breather for a while. Nice take by Clark.
Yeah, good basketball player for sure. 17-14 here. Arrows holding on early in the second. Clemens trying to find some distance here. Thought Bisker may have popped that one. Jack looking for something down low.
Yeah. That's something where Jack has continued to improve. You know, just watching him throughout the year, those type of penetrating moves where he does get bumped.
Wow, heck of an effort there.
Good look. Jack's got to go up with it. Use your length. There you go. Nice pass by. Was that Dane or was that Carter that made that pass? It was a good look either way.
19-14 here. Arrows. Yeah, I missed that one. Sorry.
Who's our spotter? That's the next level. We got to get a spotter.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, maybe if I just paid attention more, maybe that would help. Good attack
good help
there.
By Dane.
Yeah, good attack there too.
Yeah, Will Dryer, seeing him put the ball on the floor. I think, you know, first option for him is catch and shoot. First option, catch and shoot, and you can see where, you know, you have to honor the shot. Makes it easy, not easy, but makes him more effective putting the ball on the floor. But a nice job there after the first dribble. Dane's sitting there waiting for him. Good early help, and they always need the rotation after it. So 19-14, kind of back to that 5-point lead. Arrows looking to hopefully open it up, get a couple stops, and see if we can get a couple possessions in a row on the offensive end here.
As far as the broadcast goes, I'm getting quite a few messages from people around the area that it's a little choppy, and we understand that. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties right now, but kindly ask that you hang out with us. At halftime, we'll restart everything. We were only able to do a little bit at the quarter break, but we're going to restart everything at halftime and hope that helps. and you can back it up a couple minutes and be a little behind, and then everything seems to work okay there. But we'll just kindly ask for your patience and grace as we go through it. But everything should be good to go at halftime. But for the next 5 minutes and 22 seconds, just ask for a little bit of patience, please. In the meanwhile, there's a good basketball game going on in front of us, 21-14. Arrows holding on to a 7-point lead at about the midway point of the second quarter here. And Brian, really aggressive tonight from the Arrows.
Yeah, doing a nice job. We got Kai Good in the game, number 22 for O'Gorman. Chase Hermanson as well, but there's Will Dreyer attacking. Tell you, Christian's done a nice job.
Yeah,
He's given them a physical presence that I think they need. He's done a nice job, not necessarily scoring a lot, but just being active on the glass and defensively. Turnover on Watertown there. Good look, just poor execution there. Just a little too much for Isaac.
The offensive rebounds, I think, are such an important part of the game. Like it really does shift momentum.
Yeah, I wrote my college thesis on the effect of offensive rebounding.
God, I love that.
That's not a joke, actually.
I would pay one crisp $5 bill to read. Okay, we're back. We should be good. Should
back first half recap.
Little first half recap. 30-16. Arrows 14-point lead.
Yeah, really. You know, they end of first quarter up five, and then really thought at one point in the second quarter O'Gorman was making a little bit of a run, but right at that point Watertown flipped it, and I don't know what the run was, but I think it's something to the effect of a 10-2 run. Yeah, we'll take a look at some first half highlights as we go through it, but there's Jackson kind of starting off the game with his kind of bread and butter one dribble pull up.
Jackson's doing a really good job of creating off the dribble, separating, getting some space, and getting some open looks. And his maturation this year has been fun to watch as well.
I was going to say, what's been fun to watch with Jackson is exactly that. He's matured his senior year into his shot selection. And also, to be honest, in defense of Jackson, does not have as much pressure on him to score the basketball.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
good
credit
point.
to Jackson recognizing it and figuring out to play a little bit different way this year. But we're going to, at times, we need him to be just as aggressive as always. But he's figuring out good shot, bad shot, doing a nice job, and scoring a lot of different ways. Where before, maybe he's going to take 10 to 12 threes in a game. Well, now he's scoring more at all levels and hasn't shot it great from three. He got one in the corner in the first half here, but he supplemented with, if I'm not shooting it great, I can score in other ways.
Yeah, Carter Bisker leading the way with 9. McClemens up there with 7, and then 5 points is Jack Mack. And you know what, I like the way Jack's been playing tonight. I think he had that little hiccup on defense where he was frustrated he didn't get the call. Outside of that, like Jack Mack on defense has been real nice tonight.
He's been very active. He's been very active on both ends of the floor. And I think it's really, again, another example of Jack growing in his game.
Yeah, for sure.
In what he's doing, and not just being able to score the basketball for us, but also help us on the defensive end, be one of our best rebounders, and he's definitely doing that here the last few games. So good to see out of Jack Mack. And again, really, if you look at our box score, pretty similar game plan or recipe for Watertown, pretty balanced effort all around.
Yeah, and I think when Watertown is balanced like that, maybe with Carter leading the way and McClemens leading the way, but getting all that support help, is that when they're playing their best basketball?
I think so, and that's probably the case for about any team. And if we're looking at O'Gorman here, what they need to do coming out of half, Coach Roby's been around the block, obviously with a ton of success, knows what he wants to get out of the guys and make some changes. See if they do anything else defensively. Typically, Coach Roby is gonna play a lot of really good, tough man-to-man. At times, it challenged us a bit. At times, it created some turnovers. But I thought they were a little more self-induced, but part of their defensive pressure. So they're gonna have to come out defensively trying to flip this game a little bit. I think that'll lead to some easy buckets for them offensively, because really to this point in the half court, they haven't had a lot of easy buckets in the half court, and that's credit to Watertown's defense.
You know, speaking of a full-fledged team effort here, I want to get your take on this. I recently saw a podcast between a couple of former NBA
Nice.
Wow. A couple of former NBA players, and they were debating that. I think the most common take in sports is that the most important position in all of sports is an NFL quarterback. I think that's a pretty common take. And this former NBA player said that he hates that narrative, and he would argue that the most important position in sports is the best basketball player on the court. Mostly because he goes both ways. He's doing offense and defense. He's exerting himself. He's, the go-to, can score and can play heavy defense. So I'm curious of what your thoughts are on that. If you would agree, disagree, if you see the logic in there, or what are your overall thoughts on it?
I see the logic. I don't disagree with it, but I think it's an argument. It's a moot point. They're two different sports. I don't see how we can, I don't disagree with it. I think a quarterback position, yes, absolutely imperative. You can see it in the NFL, you can see it in college. But I think on the basketball side of things, if we can just focus there, I always thought in high school especially, your guard play controls the game in high school. Your guard play is going to control the game. If you have good guard play, and even in my coaching experience, when we had good point guards, boy, did life become easier, right? And so I think on the basketball court, if you want to say, I'm not saying the point guard's the most important position, but it definitely it starts there. It starts there, and then because if you do have a great center, you need a good guard to get him the ball. And so that's why I say it's so important.
And be able to bring the ball up the court. I mean, that's
So
something that we saw on Tuesday with the girls. You know, struggling trying to get it over the court or get it over half court.
Yeah, absolutely. Boy, yeah. So coming out of the half here, Arrow basketball, we'll see if there's, if any adjustments are made other than just say, hey, we got to do a better job on O'Gorman's side. And I think we're going to see man-to-man early. And we'll see what the second half brings here, Sam.
Yeah, I think if the Arrows just
not a great pass or start.
Not a good start.
Oh, could have maybe got one, too.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Glad that, fortunate that Jackson didn't pick up the foul there. If you're O'Gorman, almost got a second one.
A little loose, both a little loose with Watertown.
Yeah, and if you're O'Gorman, you can't start off any better. Careful, Jack.
If you're O'Gorman, it's exactly the start you wanted coming out of half here.
Almost had that second turnover, too.
Yeah, and we talked about it before the game. You know, what's the mentality of Watertown? Coming off a little success. You can see there's some confidence, but where does that confidence switch into being a little lax? And kind of taking a breather because we're just not there to good. Nice block by Rehorst.
Rehorst with a great block there. There you go. Give it back to him.
Nice pass.
Great look underneath. Good movement by Decker.
We really haven't talked enough about Isaac and what he's done this year.
Agreed.
He just touched the ball in the post there and faced up to see the floor and really found an open cutter for an easy basket just because of the simple thing. He faced up, right? He faced up to see the floor, didn't try to force it when he gets it. But Isaac's been great of taking what's given to him, right? And creating opportunities for himself with his effort on the defensive end, with effort on the board. So doing a really good job by Isaac Rehorst.
Do me a favor there and elaborate on the faced up.
Well, instead of having his back to the basket, he faced up to see the floor. So whether you front pivot, reverse pivot, just to face up, you see the floor and to see the open cutter.
Decker's going to get a freebie there off of a bounce ball there. Or tipped ball, very nice.
Well answered by Watertown after a tough start.
Yeah, 34-18 here. Boy, Jack stuck his hand in there, and fortunate he didn't get a foul there. I do like how aggressive Jack has been playing tonight.
Yeah, I agree. He's been very active, and you love to see it out of Jack. Because if he's active, he's gonna do things.
And the other thing with that too is like, does that get annoying or frustrated when you're constantly getting touched and constantly getting nudged?
Yeah, I think nowadays, high school basketball, close to a travel there, shuffle. They're used to it. I think, and they adjust. Different games are tough last shot.
10 out of 10 defense from Jack.
Yeah.
But 4 better offense.
Well, it's like you always say, Sam. Sometimes good offense beats good defense, right?
Yeah. Boy,
that's frustrating for
Rehorst.
Frustrating for the Knights.
Yeah, looking good.
Matching up.
Looking good. Look at that signature, too. He's got the eye there with the Rehorst right there.
Be a doctor with that.
That's nice.
Boy, it's something you don't notice, and I know they stat it this year, but the amount of deflections Jackson McClemens gets, if you just pay attention, just the amount of deflections, not steals all the time, but just the amount of deflections he gets is pretty impressive, and he's not the only one. You can tell it's emphasized.
Yeah, good foul there by Rehorst.
Yeah,
so
number 2 for
with those tips, is that because of the length? Because at the beginning of the year we talked about the Arrows having good length versus size. So would that be an example of that? Is that length versus size?
Yeah, I think for sure. A whole lot easier to get deflections when you have long arms and lanky. But I think it's also something that's emphasized. So I think you ingrain. I think if they're statting it every day in practice and in games, you're starting to take pride in just getting a tip, getting a touch on it. And it's really frustrating for the offense when the ball's getting tipped all the time.
Sure. Harder to get into a groove, and then you lose some seconds.
Throw you out of rhythm a little bit, I would say. Yeah.
Yellowbird makes the first of 2 free throws and gets the second one to fall as well. Little shooter's roll there. Can you get a shooter's roll on a free throw?
Absolutely, you can. Okay. Anytime you're putting a shot up. But I think it's interesting. We got number 30 in for Gorman. I don't see him on the program.
Yeah.
But Coach Roby's played a lot of guys here.
Talik Schligman.
Yeah.
6'2" sophomore.
I'd say Coach is searching a little bit here, trying to find that rotation that has a little success. But I thought Wheeldryer early Will Dreyer early was going to be a problem, and we've done a pretty good job finding him. I would say number 4 here has been their most aggressive guard, right? Been their most aggressive guard, very quick, very strong.
Yeah.
I think him and Clark both can be very quick. And we've done a good job. We've done a pretty good job keeping in front to this point.
So 30 comes off the bench here in the third quarter. We didn't see him at all in the half. Shooter then, would you expect?
Not sure. I'm guessing since he's a sophomore, he probably played quite a few quarters in the sophomore and/or JV game, and maybe has a couple here in the second half for this game. He might just have 1 quarter in the third. Who knows?
Good size for that young man.
Yeah, good-looking sophomore out there. Nice board by Jack. See if the Arrows can get back on the board here.
Yeah, Arrows a little quiet here the last minute or two. Dane's going to try to, tough screen there by Bisker.
I think one thing with O'Gorman, I mean, they're not going to roll over. They're not going to.
No,
they're not going to.
They're tough.
Nice move.
Speaking of tough, great move by Jack.
Yeah, and I think at this point in the ball game, Watertown's got to recognize, hey, where do we have an advantage? What type of shots do we want to get? Probably at this point, we're not taking the first shot, but we're going to take the best shot. And it's always a challenge. Do that without getting tentative, because there's a lot of basketball game left here. Stay aggressive, get it around the basket as much as you can.
Yeah, too much basketball game to stop doing what you're doing for sure.
Yep.
Win some possessions here. You're playing good defense, taking a lot of time off the clock. Don't foul.
Yeah, it seems like, O'Gorman reminds me a lot of some teams we've had in the past few years where you're trying to manufacture some offense without some size.
Yeah, sure.
And so they're trying to spread the floor a little bit, get some penetration. Trying to create an advantage, and right now they're just having a hard time on a consistent basis anyway creating an advantage.
Yeah, there's been Arrow teams in the past, like in the last few years, where it's kind of lived and died by the three.
Yeah, we've been limited. Yeah, we've been limited options on the offensive end, and I'm not saying that's the case for O'Gorman or trying to compare, but it does remind me a little bit of just trying to manufacture some buckets.
Yeah, there's that sophomore in the corner.
Yeah,
good rebound there by McClemens. Hey, Brian. On that inbounds pass, Dane had his back towards the inbounder as
big shot.
Decker bangs a 3, a green bean in the corner there.
Hey, Deck's sneaky been shooting it really good this year. Good to see out old Deck.
Decker does everything good. Like he does it, and he brings a lot of spark to the team.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it earlier. We missed him in the T game. Whether or not that changes the result of the game, that's not for us to decide, but definitely missed his presence out there.
Yellowbird tries to answer back and draws the back of the iron. Great effort there by O'Gorman to keep the ball in play. 3-on-1 here.
Yep.
Yeah,
good call by Jeff Schroeder there.
So do me this favor. Take this quick second to talk about the difference between a defender having his back turned towards the inbounder or being in front of him, jumping up and down, clapping, throwing his legs up. Why have your back to him versus
if your back's the defender, you may be a part of if your team is switching, you may be a part of
great look underneath.
Nice job by
Jackson McClemens gonna go to the line for the end one.
Yeah.
Continue, please.
No, just saying if your back is to the inbounder, your responsibility is a cutter. Anything open, you're going to look at basket protect, right? Basket protect, look for anything coming, and you have to meet it. If you're standing there with your back to the inbounder, you don't meet an open cutter, drive me nuts, right? But the other way to play it is 3/4 or half. You can see both. You can see people cutting and you see the inbounder, or you're doing the jumping up and down, doing jumping jacks, which I never understood. But yeah, it's just preference and what you do. And a lot of times, if teams are switching screens on an inbound, so you maybe don't switch any screens, but on inbounds you do. Huron used to do a great job of switching everything on inbounds. Now, they switch everything man-to-man, too, but they would switch on inbounds, and they were really good at it. So you had to go into that game knowing you had to have a counter for every out-of-bounds play you had because they were going to switch. So in their case, they probably had their inbounder with the back to the inbounder or their inbound defender facing for cutters because there's someone usually it's going to be open. That's a long answer to a short question.
No, I appreciate it. That's a different take that Arrow TV can give because of the years of experience that you have. And Decker's going to pick up another one here. But in the meanwhile, there's 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter here, Brian, and we got a 21-point lead.
Yeah.
How about that?
You and I were yapping and got up to 21.
I mean, you use you lightly. I mean, that was, to be fair, that was
Good point. Good take by Clark there, though. That should be Deck's third here. He'll take a seat maybe till the end of the quarter, and then he should be fine going into the fourth. But nice thing is, Caden's had a few minutes. He's had to sit out.
He's going to be fresh in the fourth.
But we've had good help off the bench, right?
Great
Dane's
help
done a great
off the
job.
bench.
Max has done a good job coming off the bench. It's really good to see. We don't go real deep, but the guys coming in have done a really good job for us.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And Ashton's done a good job tonight.
Yeah, for sure. But great minutes from Dane and Max tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
19-point lead here for the Arrows with 2.5 left. Rabine, Stark, Bisker, Max. And Dane got his pocket pick there.
Yeah, nice job by Clark.
Yeah, great
Tough
job
one
by
for
Clark.
Dane. Come on, Dane, we're complimenting you there, fella.
His ears were ringing.
Yeah.
Good pass by Bisker to break the press.
Something I noticed too, boy, Biscuit's just had a few. Max flying in there. Good hustle. Good hustle by Watertown.
Stay here.
Yeah. Boy, Bisk, he's frustrated a little bit. He's doing a great job tonight, but he's had a lot of bunnies. Just hasn't been able to convert. And usually he's really good at it. One thing I was going to say, pressure, it'll be interesting if O'Gorman does pressure in the full court or three-quarter court. We've been pretty good to this point, but I think it's a good test for us how we handle some pressure now, because O'Gorman's going to do what they can defensively to try to up the intensity here a little bit.
Great help defense there by Yellowbird to cause the turnover.
Yeah, I would say right now, a tough lineup on the court right now. Coach is trying to get to the quarter. He knows it. Tough lineup right now. You're going to have to be look at getting back to our initial lineup potentially.
Yeah,
he's just trying, and Coach is just trying to steal some minutes with some guys on the bench here, get them a breather, and they're still doing fine. It's a good look.
Good look underneath. I'll get Rehorse to the line for 2.
Usually that angle of pass from the top down is not optimal, but Dane did a nice job of putting some nice touch on it, and Isaac went and got it. But you can do it when you have a little height.
What do we got here?
I think we're going to talk about it. Coach Schroeder, Jeff Schroeder, just talking about it, saying, hey, fellas, we're not going to put up with this business. 42's walking away, confused. Just having a little discussion with the boys, saying, hey, we're not going to do this. We're going to get along and be friends.
We saw 3 technical fouls and an ejection in the sophomore game.
Yikes.
Jeff Hansen did a nice job down there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you never like to see it, but sometimes you got to do it, I guess. I committed a cardinal sin of my own as a referee. I'm not a fan of the double foul, and I called a double foul tonight. I wasn't proud of it. Whether it was the right call or not, I don't know, but I'm not a fan of it. But I broke my own rule.
Rehorse misses both, but comes
nice
back
move.
and plays great defense.
Nice move. Didn't get it to finish, but he's really been aggressive.
Super good move.
Got numbers.
Got numbers here.
Strong. Oh, Carter.
Yeah, if there's a guy you want to finish there, it's Carter. But good job by McClemens cleaning it up.
Yeah, Carter's a little frustrated right now. He's had a few opportunities.
Good job by McClemens cleaning it up, though. Boy, they are just attacking right now.
Clark is really strong and quick with the ball, isn't he?
Clemens 1-on-3 there, loses
Boy, I thought
it.
we had a held ball there.
Yeah, no jump ball, no foul. I think Jackson's a little frustrated there. So, what we got going on with the Arrow coaches? It's a different outfit than I've seen.
I did notice. I like it. I think it's very nice. I think it's a little different.
I don't hate it.
It's
unique.
It is FootJoy brand.
Okay.
If we want to tell the listeners, which is outside the realm of a Adidas, Nike type thing, they went FootJoy. Yeah, someone did a good job.
FootJoy more of a golf attire though, yeah.
Tell you what, either Tommy picked these out or one of the wives of the coaches, because there's no way Pat picked them out. There's no way Maddie picked them out.
Maybe
nice
Tobin getting after that one.
Tobin, I tell you what, don't sleep on Tobin. He absolutely maybe could have done that.
100% he could have done that. We know Schmidt couldn't have done it.
No. 15-point game, Arrows with the ball.
Good pass.
Max. Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a hard foul.
And I feel like that foul came late.
No, it was a real hard foul. I think Isaac's looking at going up trying to dunk that one.
Of course, yeah, absolutely it was.
That was a long foul. So we're going to wave off the putback. We had the foul originally there.
But you know what? Good hard foul. You know, like you.
Yeah, we got a replay on that one.
Yeah,
Check this out.
Yeah,
Did they just show it?
Yeah. And to CC's defense, he went to the ball.
Yeah, no.
Right? Like,
yeah,
I mean, it wasn't dirty. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fine. It was a good. It was
absolutely.
A good hard foul.
Yep. Yeah, and you get after guys sometimes like, hey, if you're gonna foul him, they're fouling. Yeah, he's going for the ball.
Yeah, of course.
It was just the follow through where he got the arms. Yeah, he went after that. That was a heck of a play.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and if you're the defender, I mean, you don't want to give him the dunk, right? You know, so you go after him. And like I said, he went at the ball.
Yep.
Now, if he went at his head or his arms or, you know, anything like that, I mean, we'd be having a different conversation, but that was clean.
Yep.
Wow, what a play.
Yeah, I think,
what a play by the sophomore.
Yeah, Clark's really come out here in the second half a little more aggressive with the ball, getting some penetration, and O'Gorman needs that. That's going to spur on some offense for it. And then the sophomore, what did we say his name was?
Talik.
I apologize there.
Talik Schligman.
Yeah, Schlimgen. Yeah, Talik Schlimgen. Yeah, he's done a nice job, and Coach Roby's gone to him here in the second half. He's done a pretty nice job.
Arrows were up by as much as 21, down to 16 right now. And then you hope at this point that you, after this foul, that you hold, right? You take all 35 seconds on the shot clock, Ryan?
Yep, try to get one here. Maybe we'll see a little pressure.
I'm surprised that O'Gorman didn't try to trap or anything there. Never mind, what do I know? We get a jump ball here. It's going to go to O'Gorman.
Yep. Yeah, I think we've we've had some moments with our rotation coming off the bench doing a nice job, and we've had some moments where we've had some empty possessions as well. So Mac's gonna want that one back. The fact he got across half court and turned his back, didn't need to. Don't lose sight of the defense there.
Yeah, coach is asking them to hurry here. It looked like, but
yeah, even though they're down 15, probably going to look for one here, unless they can get a layup before. Done a nice job on Will Dreyer. This is the guy right now that you can tell is going to take over. Wow,
splits defenders, gets to it, and at the end of the third quarter, the Arrows are up 47-34. We're going to take a quick 60-second timeout. This time brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. (47-34). Brian, at the start of the fourth quarter, we spent a lot of time at the end there talking about Jackson McClemens and what he's done, and I think we've got a quick highlight reel here of what he's done. How important and how impressive has he been tonight?
Yeah, Jackson's done a nice job. Again, like we've been talking about, just being active. I think he's let the game come to him, but at the same time pretty active in a lot of different facets. But you can just see, you got a pull-up jumper, you got a three-pointer, and now you have him attacking the glass. Now you have him before that posting up. So you got 4 different ways he just scored in those 4 clips. So I think that probably says more than anything about his night to this point.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that you saw in there too is the second chance points, and those are super important.
And I'll say this about Jackson, tongue in cheek, like I don't know if I want to tell Jackson he's doing a good job defensively, you know, but he's doing a good job defensively. And what I mean by that is I think we always want to challenge Jackson to, you know, continue defensively to be, you know, intense, and I think he's come a long way. So when I said what he gets is it hits a lot of deflections, and he's doing a really nice job because I think the people he's guarding, they're having a hard time scoring over his length.
Arrows are going to start the fourth quarter here up by 13. At one point they were up by 21, so O'Gorman does a very nice job of cutting into that lead.
Doggone it. Yeah, just an unneeded moving screen there. If he would have kept his hands down, I think there's no issue, but once Isaac put his hands up on the screen, just going to get called there.
Thank goodness nobody was standing by McClemens because he was hot. He was hot.
Yeah, he's having a polite discussion with Mr. Beers right now at this point.
I tell you what, I love McClemens.
Well,
I'm
sure they were just talking about whether or not they got each other's Christmas cards there.
Definitely talking about the Eagles game tomorrow.
13 points. This is interesting here coming out of the quarter break here. O'Gorman trying to close the gap here.
Yeah,
a lot of basketball left.
Resetting the floor here for the Arrows. Geez, good defense there by Jack, but Sissy is just better offense. I mean, he's kind of on one right now.
Yeah,
Brian.
they're not going to go away. They're going to stay aggressive, and I think they're just going to continue to attack the basket harder, and they're getting a little success with it here.
Resetting the floor here for the Arrows. Bisker, Stark, Mack, McClemens, and Decker. And for O'Gorman, oh, I thought Decker was going to take the step back there.
Oof.
We're going to get a travel there.
Yeah.
O'Gorman are going to have Yellowbird, Sissy, Clark, and we're going to get a timeout here. 11-point lead here for the Arrows. I think going to be a 30-second timeout.
Just
a little frustrating here.
Yeah, a little frustration. They'll call timeout. Not the start to the quarter you'd like. Coach a little hot, and rightfully so. We've come out and had a lot of empty possessions here to start the quarter for sure. Yeah, and credit to O'Gorman. They've come out.
Sure.
They've come out. Obviously, way more ago. They're not going away. They're not going away.
No, they're definitely not going to roll over.
But I would say right now, you watch Clark, and you watch Sissy.
Sissy for sure.
Penetrating.
Yeah.
And they're gonna put their head down and they're gonna go hard. And we can't relax. I mean, you're gonna have to do a good job. And then, you know, what I foresee, you could end up having a quarter with them at the free throw line really quickly.
Yeah, Arrows picked up one foul already here in the fourth. 5 fouls, and on the 5th, and everything after is 2 free throws.
So the play O'Gorman just ran there, they have run for years and years. And when Coach Roby was up at Aberdeen, they ran it up there. Watertown has stolen it. Maybe more than any other team, Watertown has taken that as well and has run it for a lot of years. But
yes, sir, Jackson McClemens. Oh, Carter.
We're just not even going to talk about the missed layups right now for Carter. Nice move by Sissy. That's a turn of events there. That's a 4-point swing, essentially.
Yep, absolutely it is. Trap coming here on Decker. Decker gets a good job of getting away. Mack's gonna attack. We need it. We need it, Brian. We need a basket.
Turnovers, the pressure, the zone, the press has gotten to us, but it's gotten to us by hurrying us up in the front court, not the back court. But we've gotten looks, gotten layups. We just got to convert. But it's exactly what O'Gorman wants us to do.
Yeah, that ball was definitely off of Yellowbird there.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. We got the replay right here.
Yeah. Let's.
Good replay there with Aero TV.
Great job, Aero TV. Send that in the league office.
But you know what? They say the ball doesn't lie, Brian. And
that's right.
There we go. Right. We get it back. Arrows really need a basket here. I think this is an important possession. Good movement there. Again, there you go. Jack gets it back and one.
Wow.
There you go, Jack.
Sam, we just had 3 missed layups, but Jack comes in. Jack Mack with a big rebound and one. I love his activity around the hoop.
Needed it.
Good for Jack Mack.
Yes. Need something to get everybody back into it. I mean, kind of the wind's been sucked out of this building.
We needed a bucket there. Needed a bucket.
You like that audio?
No, can't stand it. It's video game stuff. I don't understand it. No comment, Sam. Okay. No comment.
Asked and answered.
Okay. Little 1-3-1 by the Arrows here. First time of the night, I believe, that we mixed up defense and just trying to get O'Gorman out of rhythm a little bit. Little 1-3-1 action.
50-38 here as O'Gorman continues to move the ball around. Hits the front of the iron. Good rebound there. Good put up and rebound there by Chase Hermanson.
So fun fact for you.
Yes, please.
We jump zone, and anytime, and again, I'm up here calling a game, and I sell insurance, but anytime we would go zone, maybe out of a timeout, out of the quarter, we go zone, I was always worried about giving up a rebound. Like right there, we force a jumper, a contested jumper, give up because you don't have your man responsible to box out for it. And I just thought and it was my fault. We never worked on it enough probably to be a good rebounding team out of a zone. But if you're gonna play zone, it's not whether or not teams can play zone, can you rebound out of it? And like right there, just absolutely drove me nuts. And as a result, probably didn't play as much zone as we probably could have some years because I just didn't ever believe in our guys rebounding out of it because we didn't work on it enough. So just a little tidbit on what just happened there is some like I can relate to the frustration.
With rebounding, is it a mentality more than it is like a technique?
It's both. When you're in a zone, you don't have your guy that you're responsible for. You have an area and anyone in that area, and I just think a lot of times ball goes up and we just watch, you know, call it ball watching.
Yep.
You know, so there's bird watchers and there's ball watchers in basketball. Sometimes you become a ball watcher, and that's not a good thing for rebounding. See if we can break the pressure here a little bit.
5.5 minutes left in this basketball game with the Arrows holding and clinging onto a 10-point lead.
Yeah, Yellowbird with some good pressure. Get to the middle of the floor. Nice job there by Jackson. It's interesting when we get pressure, our point guard, our default point guard ends up being Jackson McClemens.
And that's okay. Like McClemens handles the ball really well.
He can handle the ball well and see over the defense a little bit. I think that's where it's good for us.
Jack's going to penetrate there. Decker keeps it alive. Very good.
Great job by Deck keeping it alive. Oh, you can't give it back to him. It's going to be an 8-point game.
Oh!
Good foul by Dane.
Great foul by Dane. O'Gorman's going to go to the line for 2. Replay here brought to you by DFS Insurance. And, yeah, body contact there, Brian.
Yep, good call.
Yeah, yep.
Good call, and to be honest with you, if they didn't make the call, they're going to get the offensive rebound and score it anyway.
Fair. Yeah, so good foul. Make them earn it at the free throw line, right?
Hermanson on the line.
Okay, down to a 3-possession game here.
Coach Roby's played quite a few guys.
9-point game.
This is one of those, you know, points in the game, fourth quarter, where you had like you said, we had a 21-point lead, and it just gradually kind of been weaned down. You know, there's got to be a point in this quarter here to finish this game where Watertown just kind of regroups and gets some buckets. We just haven't. You can tell we are out of sorts. They're
good
getting
job,
to
Caden
us,
Decker.
and we haven't taken advantage of these situations right here.
There you go. There you go. Great pass by Caden. Great finish by Jack Mack. Gets it back up to 11 points. There you go. Good turnover. Don't give it back. Don't give it back. There you go. Get a foul. Get a foul. Yeah, it starts like, yep, that's on me.
Dane did the my bad, right? Don't get me started on my bads, but Dane, great job of getting a deflection there. Gets the ball, almost handed it right back to him, and quickly pointed out, yeah, that was on me, guys. Sorry.
So with Stark getting these heavy minutes this late in the fourth, is this a getting?
It's because of the game, right? We need guard play.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask. It's a matchup.
It's matchups, right? I mean, Isaac's on the bench right now, and he'll get some minutes here, but right now, Jack is going to be our 5-man, and we're going to have 4 guards on the court to deal with the pressure, and Jack's going to be underneath the basket, hopefully the recipient of some looks off of the pressure.
It's going to come back this way. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, is if with Stark being out here, if it's a matchup thing.
I think so. Both matchup on the defensive end, but also then to break the pressure offensively with them pressuring us. Just an extra guard, ball handler on the floor. Because really all 5 guys right now on the floor can handle it for us.
Just over 4 minutes left here in this ball game at the halfway point of the fourth quarter.
Big shot.
Carter Bisker with the green bean. Wow.
Just in rhythm. What was good to see on that one, didn't force it, in rhythm. Great jump shot there by Carter. Good dish by Jackson.
Carter, ice cold. Just fearless. Ooh, fortunate there. Good job, Caden Decker corralling that one.
Yeah.
I do like the ball in Carter's hands here.
Yep, absolutely. That's a good call.
Hey, Jack Mack.
Really tough
Very
shot.
nice.
Really tough shot. There's no question.
Very nice.
No question. Old Hermanson there was moving. And Jack did a nice job of going to the side there a little bit. Yeah.
Creates the separation and gets
he's
the
not
basket.
set when he takes off there. And as a referee,
that's fair. That's fair.
The block charge call is oftentimes very difficult. Good call there by Jim Ricketts, longtime veteran official.
Yeah, great call.
Can't say Jim is moving at the speed, maybe as a peak athleticism, but still can call a good basketball game.
Yeah, I'm impressed. You get into the charge, like when you do with the call, like do you sell it? Or is it
sometimes I'll make that charge or block call, and then I kind of regret that I wasn't more demonstrative on my actions. I'm not a mechanics guy. My mechanics are terrible, along with my reffing, but mechanics are even worse. So no, I got to work on it.
You get in there and, you know, really sell that call.
Good board by
Decker. Get rid of it. There you go. Get it over.
Doing a little bit job. I think, you know, Gorman's getting a little more tired. Okay, they're getting a little tired, and we're doing a little bit better job with the pressure here. Now you just got 3 minutes to go. You got a 17-point lead again. You got to close. Nice kick out.
Give me that, Bisker. Bang! He's an assassin. Sheesh. I love Carter Bisker on the baseline there.
Nice move by Clark.
Or on the corner.
Yeah. Clark is really athletic. Does a good job getting the hoop. Nice to see our balanced scoring. You got, you know, we got what? Jack. We got Carter, Jack on 15. And then you got Jackson McClemens and Deck with double digits as well. So you have four guys in double digits. Boy, anytime a coach sees that on the stat sheet, love it, right? Get some nice balance on the score sheet.
So we got just 3 minutes left here. We need to start talking about who our Dakota Land player of the game is. A lot of balance tonight.
Yeah. I got to do some thinking. You just sprung that on me. I got to do some thinking.
I mean, McClemens has got 12. And
well, like I just got done saying, it's tough. We've been balanced, right? It's been pretty balanced.
Jack Mack has been really nice tonight.
I was leaning towards. What do we have? We can have multiple winners? I mean,
we can go with
what if a guy has a run? I mean, how many T-shirts can someone have?
We can go. I mean, we got enough to get us through the season.
Well, I know, but do we want a guy with 10 T-shirts?
Yeah, I mean, it's whoever gets it, gets it.
It's a big play there. Carter's got to be careful not to react there.
You know, there was a time last year during football season, during the state championship run, that we gave one to the entire offensive line.
I can see where Carter's a little upset about it. I mean, he was staying there quite a while, and he's definitely out. I mean, there is no cylinder in high school, but I think, I can see, he has a case to be made.
And he's standing straight up.
Yeah, and sometimes as a referee, you're having a conversation like Ricketts and Carter. I was saying, hey, maybe you're right. Maybe I missed that one, and that's okay.
Yeah,
right?
That happens.
I mean, they're not going to be perfect.
Of course not. Good job by the Arrows breaking the press there.
Or he was telling Carter to be quiet. I don't know. One of the two. 14-point lead. Nice pass. Just a great cut, great look.
Game's far from over.
I tell you what, as a coach, these 2.5 minutes get really long.
Yeah.
For Coach McClemens, right? Really long right now.
Stark's going to take a seat. Great minutes from Stark here tonight. Last 2.5 minutes, Arrows starters are on the court. Good job by Jackson slipping that one away.
Oh,
careful
boy, we got away with a travel.
Yep.
We're going to, no.
Yeah,
I love him trying to dunk it, but Coach McClemens might rip his head off right now. Know the situation. Know the situation. Is it more important to dunk it? Is it more important to get 2 points right now? To me, get 2 points. The whole student section, go dunk it, right?
Yeah,
but
Pat has not stopped staring at Jackson yet.
Yep. And then we get a big three. That's a kill. Is that a 2?
Yeah, that was a 2.
So,
yep.
Still 12 points. Would have liked to take the bucket there, but
we're gonna show some Jack Mack highlights here as Coach McClemens takes a breather here. Jack Mack's been good, right, Brian?
Yeah, he has, and we've said it all night. Active, him stepping out, shooting the 3. I think it's one of the things about Watertown. You have a lot of guys that can hurt you in a number of different ways. He can hurt you in a lot of different ways, like I say, you know. And on the glass is where I think he's been active, and I just like seeing Jack be aggressive at the hoop, and I think he's done that all night. And I think in his career at times, especially as a younger, like he's a sophomore last year playing, it's easier to be out in the perimeter as a sophomore.
Sure.
And I think as a junior, he's developed now into more of an effective player at the basket and just getting stronger. So Jack's had a really nice night tonight.
Talk about O'Gorman a little bit here. O'Gorman was down 21. They cut it to 9 or 8.
Yep.
You know, and then it was back up to 17.
Exactly.
Now down to 12.
We're going to see the press again here.
Boy, they just don't quit. They don't go away. Very impressive.
It's a really good look by Carter. Dangerous, but a really good look.
Yeah, I mean, they're just suffocating on defense right now.
Yeah.
O'Gorman's done a really nice job of not giving up in this game.
Yep. Yeah, for sure, and not surprising at all.
I think if you're the coach, I mean, as Decker goes with the corner 3.
Great job by Isaac.
Yeah, there you go. Rehorst comes in.
Might be the play of the game right
Offensive rebound, puts it up right away. Very nice.
Oh, other end, tough. He hit hard.
Boy, I hope he's okay there, Brian.
Yeah, I mean,
points is on him right away.
He was there, but I mean, it happened so fast.
Oh boy,
I think he might be cramping actually. I hope. I mean, he hit the bleachers hard. They went right to the stretch there. We got our trainer on site.
Yeah, and I think he got that railing too.
Yeah, he did, but I think he's cramping.
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah.
He did. I think his elbow is what hurts on the hitting the bleacher, but good to see. I think he's going to be all right.
Yeah, based on what the trainer's doing, it does look like hopefully it's just a cramp.
Sam, in your athletic career, illustrious athletic career, have you ever cramped up like that?
I did actually once at a softball tournament down in Omaha. Played 9 games on a Saturday. And my calf was cramping.
9 games, you had to come back to the loser's bracket or what?
Yeah. Yep. Played 9 games on Saturday, and my calf was cramping to the point where, you could see it. You could see the movement in your muscle.
Yeah.
It looked like something was in there and trying to get out of it. So a few bananas, a couple Snickers bars.
Is it pickle juice?
I didn't have any pickle juice on hand.
But the athlete that you were, you fought on. You fought on. The team needed you.
A warrior.
Yes, warrior.
Warrior.
Yes, warrior.
Yes.
That's exactly what I was thinking, yes. Yep. Warrior of a softball player.
Exactly. All joking aside, we do hope that number 4, Camden Sissy, is okay.
It's good to see him.
Hell of a game from him. Hell of a game from him.
He's really played hard.
He's been great.
The whole Gorman team has. He's really played hard.
I don't want to brag, but one time I finished a game with a separated shoulder.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I can't say I'm surprised.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot on the line in USA softball, South Dakota.
That there is. 13-point game. See if the Arrows can close here. Minute 30. Look for the press. That didn't touch the rim. Where's the whistle? There we go.
That was on that. On that. I think he'd like that one back.
All right. So a little.
Got to close here if you're the Arrows.
Full court man press.
I would like to take this 90 seconds and let the student section for our beloved Watertown Arrows know that they were big difference makers in this game. They started off really high.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got to stay there.
They were good.
Find a way to stay there for the whole game. They kind of dipped a little bit. I know it's hard. But look, a good showing tonight.
Yeah, good group of guys up front there. Trying to scout out some of the fellas down there. Maybe a Pitkin sighting.
There's
Dahl.
A Hemrick.
There's a Dahl sighting. There's a Jackson Follick. Is there Hemrick down there?
Yeah, Hemrick's down there. Max Sears is down there.
Yeah, looking for the Johnny Lake sighting. Have not seen Johnny.
He's down there. Yeah, he's down there.
Boys are doing a good job. They started off. They brought the juice early.
Yeah.
Now,
sure.
yes, do they need to continue the juice? Yes, but they brought the juice. That's the first step.
Yeah. And they're here, right? I mean, that's a good showing by our student body tonight.
Yeah, not bad. We can grow it times 10, but not bad at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we get to go back to the Sutherland days.
Oof. Those were the days. That was a different time. But see if we can get 13 points here. See if we can finish something out by making some free throws here.
Yeah, let's close it out here at the free throw line. Bisker misses the first one. Arrows holding on here to 13-point lead. Carter Bisker trying to put up point number 16, and he does.
Yeah.
64-50. Boy, wide open shot for Gorman there. Got the ball down there quick. Good job by Rehorst.
Yeah, Isaac's done a nice job. I don't know, Sam. Player of the game is tough tonight.
I genuinely think we got to go 2. I think we go Bisker and Mack.
I would agree. Yeah. I was going to ask you if that's in the rule book, if we can do that in the bylaws. I didn't know, when a T-shirt's involved, what can't do.
Listen, there's 2 colors on that T-shirt. There's white and black. So it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big deal.
Oh, boy.
We are at 64 points, Brian. So with a 3-pointer, we could have 67 points or 6-7.
Yeah, I was going to say he traveled.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Bisk.
would the student body go nuts with the
There's no
with the
question.
6-7?
If you don't think those guys are thinking that right now, you're crazy. I don't understand. I don't get in tune. I don't think we're supposed to be in tune with it, but there's no way those guys up front are not thinking about 6-7.
I know a little bit of the origin of it because I am a hip and happening type of guy.
Yeah.
But it has something to do with LaMelo Ball. I think it started with him. I think, maybe.
If I comment, I'm just going to make a fool of myself, so I'm not going to comment.
I'm just going to shut up and let you go.
But let's see what happens here and see if the crowd recognizes. But hey, all around here, Watertown, credit to O'Gorman, made the runs, made it interesting. Credit to Watertown, putting together a pretty good basketball game here tonight.
Yeah, anytime you can score 65 points in a high school basketball game, I mean, it's not a terrible night at the office, is it, Brian?
No, not at all. I mean, there's been years we've been having a hard time getting over 50, so it's nice to see 65. And I just, all in all, and probably every team in the state can say this, but I just don't feel like Watertown is reaching their potential yet. And I say that as a good thing because they're doing a lot of really good things, but there's potential there to be better, and they know that, and coach is going to keep driving with them. But they're doing a nice job, and they do a lot of nice things. And to beat a good O'Gorman team here tonight, it's a good quality win for Watertown.
Okay, we're going to get a line change here for the Arrows. Stark's going to come in. Max is going to come in. Good job by the student body, giving some love to the starters. Checking in is number 22, Mason Anderson, number 12, Ashton Rabine, and number 3, Landon Struckman. 66-50 Arrows. Is the student body section yelling for the foul?
They want a foul. They want to get 1 point here.
Yeah,
good call by Ryan, our executive producer here.
Yeah, for sure. Handsome and talented.
Oh, good shot by Mason Anderson for one.
Mason Anderson bangs home a corner green bean off the bench to take it 69-50. Very well done.
Scores around the state: Sioux Falls Lincoln 70, Rapid City Central 34, Mitchell 24, Yankton 10, Sioux Falls Roosevelt 35, Rapid City Stevens 18.
Brian, there's a possibility at the end of this game we could be the second-ranked team in the state.
We don't talk about rankings, Sam.
As broadcasters, as announcers, we could drop some rankings.
That's true. Looks like Arrows on January 13th will head to Aberdeen Central. Friday the 16th at Yankton. So hitting the road here for the next couple for Watertown after a big win tonight against O'Gorman. O'Gorman drops to 2-3.
Arrows improved to 6-1, Brian.
6-1 sounds pretty good.
We'll be back home. Boys will be back home on Friday, January 23rd against Rapid City Stevens. The girls will be home again Tuesday, January 13th against Aberdeen Central. Appreciate everybody watching. On behalf of Dakota Land Federal Credit Union, DFS Insurance, Brian Norberg, Sam Mooney, Ryan Remmers, and everybody else from Arrow TV. Appreciate the patience from the Watertown Civic Arena tonight. Arrows improved to 6-1. Have a good night. God bless.